Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Father.
I just came with Gaaru, breathless, and I sat down. I have to give a breathless message. The birth of Jesus Christ, even though it is 2024 years old, it is still fresh, still new, still a reality even in our lives. That's why more than the Advent season, the Christmas becomes so beautiful. And we are preparing in this Advent, and it's all about the second coming, and now we are speaking and celebrating the Advent of the first coming. People are still not fully aware of how the birth of Christ took place. You ask your children, is it Christmas season? They will say, yes, yes, yes. How did you come to know? I saw stars in the shop, I saw cribs outside the shop, and I saw so many things happening outside the shop. See, the salesmen are doing that work. And every time, they all go through this. Christmas is over. But the real story of Christmas is still not being proclaimed by us, the present generation. It is our bounden duty to tell the entire story, not just that Jesus is born in Bethlehem and the shepherds came and the three kings came. This is how we are depicted. I think even the skit would have been the same. Now you have to, in a way, bring in a lot of beautiful things that happened before and happened as Mary and Joseph are going to meet, and how in Luke's Gospel, Chapter 2, it very clearly says, during the time of Quirinius, the registration took place, which shows very clearly that this is recorded in the history of the world. So now this cannot be removed from the history of the world. This is how you have to teach your children. Don't just give the crib and the celebrations. Don't give the description of the crib, but rather tell them how beautiful it is. And right from the Old Testament to the present moment of what is Christmas today. And you need to tell them the characters of each and every part of the crib, and also the most beautiful aspect of how Jesus and Mary and Joseph are the family. Because we all are family, and family of faith. And therefore, the most beautiful aspect there is Jesus, Mary and Joseph. The others are all just to bring in. And that's why children have the greatest gift of Christmas is Santa Claus. They all wait for Santa Claus. And it is interesting to see Santa Claus is the best fellow on that Christmas season. And without Santa Claus, there is no Christmas. And we have depicted that more. But you should also tell why the story of Santa Claus. How this being a time of a legendary story, not a fiction, a legendary story, wherein it brings some morals. So that every part of coming to celebrate Christmas has legendary stories. Legendary stories because you need to know Mary took Jesus to Egypt. And it is interesting to see how Mary must have fed Jesus. on a donkey's back and then reaching Egypt and then returning back. How beautiful that moment would have been. The struggle of a family is there. The joy of a family is there. So in Christmas there is lot of sorrow that is also behind it. As we all love to celebrate the great, beautiful Christmas. And I just came from Secretariat Court. There I had to give a message for all the lawyers and judges and all. It's interesting to give them. And I told them, this is what Christmas is. And we need to give them the real story, not just brush it off. If you have time, tell your children, your grandchildren the real story and the full story. And it is in the Gospels. And when you go to John's Gospel, it is there. In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Finished, over. That is the birth of Jesus Christ and the end of Jesus Christ. The Word and the liberating Word. The light that came into this world. This is how we are. And we know that the world today is in real bad shape, is in turmoil. Pope Francis wants to go to Gaza to celebrate Christmas. How can you do that? You'll be shocked to hear that he already had 2 attempts of assassination that he escaped, which is not recorded because they don't want to. But still he takes that. Why? This is what Jesus has made us. This is how Jesus makes us. And when we see so much of war, children dying, cities burning, buildings destroyed, communities destroyed, localities are all wiped off, and you'll be shocked if some countries are wiped off from the map. And you'll be shocked that hatred is so much increasing, even in your own backyards. Even in your own family, hatred is increasing because you read. I took one of my friends to the court, and he's coming for the first time inside the court, and I was going through the case, and then he was watching me, and he only said after the case was over, he said, there's so much of gloominess in the court. Everybody is very gloomy, and it looks like all are tense. All have struggles and problems, and there is sad situation, there is so much of mourning type of situation in the court. This is not only in the court, everywhere. We are just trying to keep ourselves so happy with so many gadgets that we have. All these gadgets make us laugh. Kipure, that is what you see, no? Kipure, that jokes of TikTok, Kipure, Akala Chata, that one. We are made to laugh. We are made to smile. And we see all the situation. I only know one thing, and that is God came into this world. And దేవుడు దిగి వచ్చాడు, మానవుడుగా దిగి వచ్చాడు. ఆ మానవత్వం అనేది మనలో ఉన్నది. ఆ దైవత్వం కూడా ఉండాలి. God came in a human form with that divine nature, so that you and I can also have that divine nature. Because మళ్ళీ దేవుడు దిగి వస్తాడా మానవత్వంగా? రాడు. He would come as a human being. He's got you. He got you as one who can bring God to all people. He got you so that you may give God to others. And God gave Jesus. Jesus gave his life. And you and I are still receiving and receiving and receiving. When will we start giving? You know, when we started the family of faith, we wanted to give, and that is why Christmas time we want to bring small little gifts and give. So that giving nature is divine. Because God the Father gave, God the Son gave, you give divine. ఆ మానవత్వంలో దైవత్వం ఉండాలంటే మీరు కూడా ఇవ్వాలి. You have to give. And this is how we need to celebrate Christmas. And this is how you must, in a way, make your real story of Christmas. And see that this Christmas time, when you give the story of Christmas to someone, or to your little children or grandchildren, even if they are not listening, because they can't concentrate on the heavy part of how Jesus is born, but still give, something will touch them. If something has touched someone like shepherds and someone far away, if the cosmic has been touched, 7th and 8th of December, you find the three comets coming together, and they reflect back to the birth of Jesus Christ, the star that the three kings sing. Cosmics also have recognized him. So you and I have to recognize him and give him to others. This is my Christmas message, and I wish you all a holy Christmas, a Christmas in which you will celebrate with your family, a Christmas in which you will experience that great gift of love, peace, and hope. Because we are now living in the season of hope. And Pope Francis has given us a journey of hope, a pilgrims of hope. And we have to bring that hope to all those hopeless situations in our lives, in others' lives, and in people who live hopeless lives. God bless you. Have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Thank you so much, Father.